Okay. Well, good afternoon, Daphane. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, we are reaching a very festive season. We just have the winter solstice on the 21st. We're coming up to Christmas, Christmas Eve tomorrow, and then we have New Year, and then it will be a big rush into Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, because Chinese are not the only ones celebrating Chinese New Year. It is actually Lunar New Year. The reason why it's Lunar New Year is because it follows the lunar calendar. So welcome all my friends and everyone that's watching this video. It's been a while since I made a video, so I thought this is a very good time to actually do a couple of videos, especially when I have somebody who is very interested to find out more about Feng Shui and astrology, or Chinese astrology and tarot. So, well, fire away, Daphne.
Thank you so much. Like Master Clarice mentioned, I'm really interested in Feng Shui, astrology, and how we can kind of, in general, get ready for the new year. So maybe before we start, Master Clarice can give a little bit of an intro to your bio, what you do, aside from Feng Shui, astrology, and tarot, for example.
Well, I'm more well known here in Singapore as a Feng Shui master, but my history with the metaphysical world actually started way back in the early 2000s. So to cut it short, I did tarot readings right from the time about 1986. Can you believe it? That was probably before you were born.
Yes, but can't tell.
I can't tell. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so I started doing it for friends. Then later I had a calling to do it for the public. And then along the way, I was showed to do Chinese Feng Shui, and I studied Chinese astrology, and also more recently a Western astrology. So I have a bag of tools, as you would call it, and in my session I will combine almost all my tools to give my client a good overview of their life, and try to see in whichever way, whichever module that will help them in the problems or situation that they be in.
That's great. Master Clarice, you mentioned that we recently just went through December 21st. That is what in Singapore we call our Dongji. In the Western astrology, they call it the winter solstice.
Yes.
Kind of wanted to ask if there is a difference between what the Western astrology depicts of Dongji and versus Chinese traditional astrology.
Well, the Chinese is a time well, we're talking about China, where you actually have winter. In Singapore, we are on the equator, we don't have winter. We have the monsoon season and the sunny season. So we do not experience the climate change as much as everybody else in the northern hemisphere. So it's from the equator and up. And just for a matter of interest, Singapore is 1 degree north, and that's like just 1 degree north. And otherwise if it is not for that 1 degree, we might actually fall into the southern hemisphere. Then we are following Australia and the rest of the Southwest Pacific. Now the thing is, for the Chinese, we have Dongji, as you say, which is a time where the farmers used to harvest winter crops. And it's also a time where they pay respect, believe it or not, to animals for helping them in the fields. So they get special meal, for that time. And we get special meal, so we have this Chinese rice ball with sweets inside. I don't have one to show you, but I can tell you I had a few the last few days. But they also say that by the time you eat one, the tang yuan, which is the rice ball, you are older by an age. So it's always a joke. How many rice balls did you eat?
Yeah, I kept it to 1. I'm trying to minimize the number of years as well.
Well, I had 6 years older than I'm supposed to be. No, it's just a traditional joke. But then in the Western world, is actually the winter solstice is a time whereby the winter how do I explain this without fumbling? It's like you have the winter, and the winter solstice is the longest night. So the darkest and longest night, and from then on it will get brighter every day. So it marks a moment, right? And so it's which is very different between the Chinese and the Western astrology, which is Chinese astrology is more about the land and the animals, and then Western astrology is more about the stars in the sky and how it affects you. And then of course I love it because it occurs on 21st of December, and then when winter solstice occurs, it also marks the Capricorn season, and that's my birthday.
Yeah. Congrats. Excited
Yes.
to celebrate your birthday this year, or 6 birthdays because you had 6 times.
Oh my god. But I celebrate birthday for the whole month. The whole Capricorn
that's good.
season.
No, I think
so
that's how
no
you should
problem.
do it. Right. The good thing about winter solstice is that it occurs on the 21st, which is very close to what we know as Christmas on the 25th. So as we approach into the Christmas season and the Western New Year season, is there any tips that you have, any things that we should be looking out for?
Oh, it's a good time because we're heading into a new year, and it's a very good time to actually set intention. New intention, good intention for the next year. Of course, then after the Western Gregorian calendar of January 1, where you have New Year's Day, it will follow into a big rush for us over here because the Chinese New Year will start on the 29th of January. So that brings in a whole new environment, or you know, in Singapore, the Christmas decoration changed overnight, and it will become the Chinese New Year music decoration just overnight. Simply because this year, Chinese New Year is just so close.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a big rush for everybody trying to get ready. Again, why do we rush? Because everybody wants to have a new start. It will be the coming in of the new zodiac. You know, as Chinese, we wear new clothes, spring clean, new furniture, everything. New hairstyle, new jewelry, you know, we love it. Retail therapy.
Definitely. I think that's what I'm looking forward to as well.
Yes. So yeah, so on 29th we will have the Chinese New Year, and then don't forget we also have Li Chun, which is on, for this year, it's on the 3rd of February, you know, at 10:11 p.m. But what does that mean? 10:11 p.m. will be the changeover of the zodiac from the sign of the Yin Wood Dragon into the sign of the Yin Wood Snake.
Interesting.
Yeah. So a lot of people say, oh, when it comes to January 1, we are into the new year and the snake year begins. No, that is actually not quite right. We are hitting there, but not quite right. And then the Chinese New Year, okay, you know, whenever the Chinese New Year is, will be the changeover of the zodiac. Again, that is not quite right. The real changeover is on the Li Chun Day, which is the 3rd or the 4th of February every year. So if you're born around that time, of 3rd, the 4th, or the 5th, you really got to check because there is a cut over time that the zodiac actually comes in. All right.
Very interesting.
So, but this year we are having it. We are having the changeover at 10:11 p.m. So it's a very late snake. But it's going to be a vibrant snake because it's a fire energy snake. Yin wood represents plants, it also represents flowers. So it's like, I call it a flower snake. So it's a beautiful snake because its fire energy is bright, it's strong, it's dynamic. At night is where the snake is active, so the energy comes in at night. I believe that this is going to be a vibrant year. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to be a wonderful year without any hiccups. I'm sure it will have its ups and downs, but you know, it will be an exciting year.
Definitely. I think in anticipation of the Yin Wood Snake year that we're getting, nowadays on social media, I'm seeing that there's a lot of hype around tarot readings and numerology. Everybody loves numerology these days. I wanted to know, you mentioned that we don't really know what's going to happen next year. Do you think Master Clarice can do a very quick tarot reading for the incoming year of 2025?
Okay, well let's have a look. Well, let's do that. I've got my tarot cards. I have it already. I know this is going to happen. I predicted it.
This is actually my first time watching a tarot card reading.
Okay, I'm just doing a very simple card reading.
Yeah, sure.
Right. A couple of things. This is actually cards that, see the
Brand new.
For
the new year.
No, I designed these cards.
Ah.
Yeah, so these are. But I only have the major arcana design. At the moment, I haven't finished the minor arcanas, which are the 4 suits.
When are they going to be released?
When I have time.
Master Clarice is always
oh my
busy.
god. Yeah. So, okay, I'm not going to use this, but let's have a more complete set of cards. And let's do, let's see. Why don't you pick the card? Let's take a moment, take a deep breath, connect to the energy of 2025, a year of the Yin Wood Snake, and we ask the universe for guidance, to give us information that we may or may not know for 2025. Let's see. Wow. So this is the card of the strength. I do both upright and reverse card reading, but because this is a card where is the 8th card, which is the card of strength, which actually talks about patience. But this card is in the order of, is in the reverse order. So it's actually implying that it might be a year whereby we need more patience because the energy will move faster. Because you see, a lot of people think that yang energy is very fast moving, but the yin energy, because it's supposed to be softer, and therefore it will be a slower year. But that is not always the case, because yang energy is more forthright. It's out there for you to see. But just like the dragon, you know, it flies in the sky. But when you have a snake, they slither around. But that doesn't mean they are slow. It's just like the events may move on, may evolve quicker than we expect.
Yes.
And we should always be prepared and be patient before we make the next move. So this card talks about patience. Let's have the next. Why don't you pull a card? Pull a card and open it. Ah, great. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. I always, you will see this card. There's a young boy holding a pentacle sitting on a horse.
Yes.
So here we have a card of patience, telling us to be patient as the energy is impatient. And here we have a young boy riding on a horse, but he's moving slowly. He's moving slowly with his talent. So what it means here is that we, regardless how the environment is, we should hold our intention and ride forth steadily with our talent, with our ability to ensure ourselves a good year. It's not to rush because you might fall off the horse.
Yes.
Yeah, it is while the year is moving fast, if you're going to run with the chaos, you will fall. But if you are actually moving slowly, holding your intention, you will reach your goal.
That's great.
Yeah.
Sounds very good advice.
Yes. And let's do one more card. What about, what should we ask?
Is there usually, so how many cards do you usually pull out for a tarot reading?
As many as we need to, but for now, I think we'll do 3 cards.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's look about let's have a look at the finances of the year. Whoa. Okay. This is the 8 of Swords. It talks about victimhood. It talks about being trapped. So it is important that in this year we do not allow ourselves to be trapped in situations and become victim of the situation. We should, hold our integrity, hold our intention, and show our ability and move on slowly and not become a victim of the situation. So I want to pull one more card since this is not as vibrant as it should be, but let's see. Okay, again, this is, we talk about the economy, we talk about the work energy, we talk about finances. This is, I think this is going to be, that's going to be a big, this is the Queen of Wands, but it's in a reverse position. So I feel, or rather I'm getting that, and I feel too that there's going to be a lot of changes in the world regarding how we're going to work, what we're going to, how we're going to function in our everyday life, and what we do at work traditionally is never going to be the same. And we're gonna have to, we're not gonna be able to sit there and think that this is my work and this is my work, this is my career, and I'll just sit here and work. We can't do that. We need change, we need to move, we need to be advanced. Basically, we can't sit around.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not a card to be complacent. It's a card that we should adapt to change and move forward with flexibility and with confidence.
That's great.
Yeah, it's important with this setting that we do not lose our confidence, because it's very often that once you experience some change in your job scope or some change in your environment, you take it personally and then you get stuck. And then you feel you feel that you're a victim of the situation, and then what will happen? Then you become impatient, and then you lost your goal. So there we go. Now this is how I feel. The messages I feel that are coming through. And I mean, although they look like, you know, superficially they are totally not connected, but I think it's very connected.
Yeah, actually I think that Master Clarice is able to kind of enlighten us a bit on how all these different cards may mean different things, but when you look at it in a big picture, they kind of have an underlying theme that runs through the entire thing as well. And I think it's very good advice for us to bring into the new year. All of us that are working, as well as those that are studying maybe, might also need this advice moving forward.
Well, that is the page of the Pentacles, so it's talking about young people. So when you're talking about education, they do need to be steadfast, they do need to be patient, they do need to hold on to their goals and their vision in order to reach their destination.
Yes. Especially like you mentioned, the Queen of Wands as well. Next year, I think, as everybody knows, with the elections and all that, we're moving to a very new and unprecedented economic state. So it's like you mentioned, we need to have a lot of confidence in ourselves and to embrace the changing times.
Yes. Singapore is going to have its election, general election sometime, I believe, I don't know, first quarter of the year. Yeah, so that's going to bring forth a lot of change. And hopefully there are positive change. I am hopeful.
Myself as well.
Yeah.
So outside of this tarot into 2025, maybe we can also talk about something that I'm sure all your viewers and yourself, myself, we are very excited about, which is Chinese New Year.
Right.
Chinese New Year is coming very quickly, like you mentioned, it'll be over before we know it, but
15 days.
Yeah.
I got 15 days. I'm glad I'm not going to be here all 15 days.
Oh, really?
So 15 days of low hay, can you believe
Yeah.
that? How much weight we're going to put on?
But Chinese New Year is definitely the season to enjoy. I believe it starts from the 29th of January to the 12th of February.
Yes.
So maybe we can share a little more on some of the traditional Chinese New Year customs that us here in Singapore we like to enjoy. I'm sure many people across the globe as well. What are some of your favorite Chinese New Year customs?
Yes, I mean, you know, Chinese New Year, I like to collect ang paos.
Of course. Me too.
Ang paos, red money envelopes, and they're given to children and adults, unmarried, I mean single adults. Yeah. Single, as long as you're single, you get an ang pao from your parents and all your relatives and your friends. So it's great during that time. So that's one tradition we do, and the other tradition is we give away oranges. Rather, we exchange them. You know, if you go visit someone and they do not give you back your oranges, you can actually ask for it. The whole idea is the oranges are gold, and you are actually rolling the gold.
Oh, okay.
So it's not so much as that I give you some oranges and why must I get the oranges back? It's because I'm presenting, Chinese New Year is all about prosperity and happiness and joy and all that and good food. And so I'm giving you some gold for the year. But there should be some return.
Yes.
It should be a two-way system. So and that's what is being practiced. Doesn't matter whether they're big or small. Sometimes you get more than, sometimes I give my sisters 2 and then I get back like about 6.
Very generous. She wants you to have more gold.
Yes, want me to have more gold. Gold price is very expensive now,
Yeah.
you know. That's terrible. Totally different.
Yeah. Definitely. Another custom that I really like is how we do spring cleaning before the new year comes, right?
Yes.
Can you
Spring
share a bit more?
cleaning traditionally is the 23rd day of the lunar calendar. So for this year, or rather 2025, the 23rd day of the lunar month will be on the 22nd
Oh.
of January.
Okay.
So 1 month from now. 22nd of January or the 24th. It is also a time where it is believed that if you have a shrine at home and you have your deities or different gods and deities, they ascend to heaven to give a report to the Jade Emperor of the conduct of of how the family has behaved, and then it's decided then whether you're gonna get additional blessings or not. And during the spring cleaning, one of the activities they do is to actually clean the family altar. But of course, you do your offerings first. You make a prayer, do your daily offerings, and then you start cleaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know in Chinese tradition as well, along with the spring cleaning, it's we are kind of not allowed or not recommended to cut our hair after the Lunar New Year starts. So a custom that me and my friends always do is we always go for a haircut before Chinese New Year.
And that is why the price of the haircut is.
It always is. Yeah.
There's always a price hike.
Yeah.
I'm doing mine tomorrow.
Yeah. In anticipation for it, either most girls go get a refresh.
Yeah, so the reason for that is because the word for hair in Mandarin and Cantonese is same pronunciation as the word for prosperity.
Yes.
In Cantonese is fa. That's why you have gong hei fa choi, which is the hair.
Yes.
And then you have gong xi fa cai, but the fa is also tou fa.
Oh,
so they say if you cut your hair, you're cutting your prosperity.
I must keep it then.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but you wash your hair, you're washing it out.
Something still needs to be done, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so wow, that's just taking it to the extreme. Yes.
Are there any important days in the Chinese New Year? That
Okay, on the first day is very important, I do write in, I do not mind handling my book, I do put a note, I do have a page about Li Chun, which is when what are the auspicious directions of the day that you can, you can check if your main the entrance to your home is in one of the auspicious direction, then you should open it at a time. Like on Li Chun, you will open the door with the auspicious direction and time. When the energy comes in, which is at 10-11 p.m. But of course, you should decorate the home so that when the energy comes in,
you're prepared to embrace it.
Yes, not open it to a dark and
that's true.
Gloomy house. And then on the 29th of January, which is Chinese New Year Day, we do midnight prayers for blessings. So, but for this year, it's at 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Instead of most people practice setting up and do their prayers to the universe. At 12 a.m. But for this year, it's 1 a.m. Okay.
I'm seeing here in Master Clarice's book that there's a clash sign of the day. So in this case, it's dragon. I am a dragon zodiac. So how can I better prepare myself for this?
So usually we will say that you keep a low profile. So you should not be the one to go and open that door.
I understand. Okay.
Because you open the door, it clashes with you. Get somebody else to open the door.
I should be at the back.
Yes. So if you're entering, if you are leaving the house, don't be the first one. Be the last one.
I understand.
Yeah. Let the other zodiac signs move on first. And then on the morning of the 29th of January, then again you have to look at the auspicious directions and set off to your first visit at an auspicious time to improve your journey in the year. But for the dragon sign, then you really need to let the other
go first. Okay.
Right.
That's a good tip for the new year.
Yes. And then of course after that we have day 4, where this is where we have we welcome the deities back, which is like we believe that on day 4, lunar day 4, which on this day will be February the 1st, is when the deities return back from their celebration in heaven, and the complaints or the good report they've given to the supreme emperor, Jade Emperor, the creator, so to speak, and come back with the blessings or not. And then day 7 is very important because that's called the everybody's birthday.
Yes.
Chinese, we call them Ren Ri. So it's human day actually, but it is the day that is believed that it is on that day that humans were made or created, if you like. Yeah. But unlike other religions, they did not just make one male, one female. They made 100 children.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And that, the 100 children are not related, and therefore they populated.
I understand.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different from the Western belief.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, this book that Master Clarice came up with, Guide to the Yin Wood Snake Year, actually has a lot of fun tidbits inside. For every zodiac, everybody of different ages, you get to see how you can harness some tips and tricks into getting the most out of next year, which I think is very cool. Is there any way they can get this book?
Yes, you can get them online on my website, masterclaricechan.com, or you can get them in the bookstores in Singapore. But then on the 5th of February, I'm actually flying to Los Angeles to attend the Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo, and I'll be bringing some books there for my audience, for the people
that can't get it in Singapore.
That can't get it in Singapore, or that would like to get it in person.
Yes.
They can come to the expo, which is on the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th of February.
Yeah, so if you want to get this book, and if you want a signed copy from Master Clarice as well, you can pick this up in person at the expo.
Right, or in Singapore.
They can come here.
They can come here. They can
That's how I got my copy
office.
as well. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the 12 zodiac signs.
Sure.
Every year we have 4 different zodiacs that's going to be what we call known as that has a clashing sign with the annual zodiac. So next year we are talking about the Yin Wood Snake. So what are the signs that are going to clash with the Yin Wood Snake? It will be the sign of the pig, the tiger, the monkey, and pig, tiger, and the snake. Yes. So out of all the 4 animals, then the sign of the pig have a major clash. So it's not always doom and gloom. Like your dragon, you have a clash this year.
Yes.
But usually we call it fan tai sui, right? You're in conflict with the annual zodiac. So it is the general advice is for people who are in a clashing relationship with the zodiac to be more flexible and to go with the flow, to manage the change, with flexibility, and not to be too impulsive. And the monkey though has a double-edged sword, I call it. On one hand, they are the clashing sign. On the other hand, they are also the most harmonious signs of the year.
How does that work?
Yeah, because they are energetically under the astrology system, they are the most compatible sign. It's just that when the year energy comes in, they become a clashing sign. But it is a kind of energy whereby I love you and I hate you.
I get it. Very polarizing.
Yes. But and that is always the case for them. But see, when it comes to the animals, they like to be friends. So when they see two sides of you, like whether am I gonna fight with you or am I continue to be friend with you, they rather be friends with you. So and also surrounding the zodiac of the monkey are very auspicious stars. So they are still gonna have a very good year.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, you know,
Need
rule
to
of the
watch
town,
out.
you do need to take life at an even pace.
That is very. I think it's very in line with everything that we've spoken about today. Being
Right.
patient and being persistent, but at the same time not too rushed, like you mentioned. What about the main zodiac for the year, snake, like you mentioned? You mentioned it's part of the four that is clashing.
Yes. So it's a bit like, have you got a dog? Have you got any dogs?
No, no pets.
Okay, right, let's just say, same breed, same species, different breed.
Okay.
So it's like, maybe it's a python and a cobra. So, you know, so they might still fight. So it's the same when the zodiac of the snake. So this is a wood snake, but if you are born in let's say I'm just going to pick 1 year, 2013. Well, that's very recent. It's just it would be just a child. That's a water snake. So one is a wood snake that lives on tree. One is a water snake. They behave differently. But they may fight if they meet because you're not my friend.
Natural differences.
Yeah. So it's a conflict. So, and then of course, people who are born in 1965, it's the identical year. It's their duplicating year. But the thing is, but the ruling sign of 2025 is the king, right? I am the wood snake. And you say that you are the wood snake too. So there is that
Natural clash
there. But I have known people who have had fantastic time when it is their duplicating year.
That's true.
Yeah, so again, it's a very polarized energy. So it needs to be mitigated and needs to be managed. Yeah.
That's true. Maybe we can go through the zodiacs to cover all 12?
Sure, but then don't forget we also have the sign of the tiger.
Yes. Maybe you can share a little more.
And also the sign of the
Pig.
the pig we have covered because they are the direct. No, we have not covered. The pig is the direct clashing sign, so they are on opposite. So they
Of the view.
Yeah, they are on the opposite side. Yeah. So moves and changes and obstacles usually happens, but it depends on at which state of your life you're in. If you're a baby, there's nothing to clash. You're just a baby.
Yeah.
But I mean, still we need to be careful. If you are much older, you're not out in the world with the corporate rat race. You're not trying to be number one. You are not trying to be, to make it, so to speak. You are living life at a gentle flow. Then all they need to do is look after their well-being. For any clashing sign, it is very important to look after their well-being and also their personal safety. So no rushing around, no reckless driving, and be very careful with your physical, with the health and wellness. Yeah. But and for the tiger sign, and also we have tiger, monkey, we have snake. But for the other clashing sign, they do have to. This is very funny. I always say, when you have a penalty clash, you will, like for example, the snake and the
Pig.
Not the pig, the tiger.
Oh.
Yeah, it is important that they do not break the rules.
Oh, really?
Yes, because on other days you may park in double yellow line and it is fine. Everybody else is fine. You're the only one that's going to get a summon.
Yeah. So everybody in that form maybe should stick within.
Yes,
within
try not
the
to break
rules.
any rules. Yeah, because you may get
Unlucky.
caught. Yeah, you may get caught. So this is one of the tip side of being a clashing sign. I mean,
So what about the tiger?
The tiger, okay. Now the other thing to note, I mean it's the same for them because they fall under the penalty category. So there is and also at work you may have a situation of betrayal. So it's important to be mindful of who you put your trust in.
Very important.
Yes. Now, one thing about that I have yet to mention is that for the clashing signs, every year they have clashing signs, but they belong to different groups of stars. So these 4 clashing signs in 2025 belongs to the traveling horses. Which means they travel, they move, they make changes. Life's going to be hectic, which is why you have to look after your personal safety. You look after do not get burnt out. Do not move too fast. It all comes back to moving.
Yes,
pacing yourself. So what that means. There's going to be a lot of movement in the world. Travel is going to be up.
Yes.
Probably properties too. People are going to be likely to move, and change of jobs for them are higher. Change of partners too, maybe. I don't know. No, that's just a joke. That's just a joke. No, because basically that's a totally
different change when it comes.
Yes.
All right. So maybe now that we've gone through a little bit on the clashing zodiacs, are there any zodiac signs next year that are more prosperous in nature?
You have the sign of the rat. They have, and they have lots of auspicious signs around them. And then you have, so they definitely gonna have a good year. Also, the rat belongs to the water energy. So water puts out fire.
Okay.
So they are able to manage the energy, and also fire in terms of Chinese astrology. Fire for the people who are of water element, their money energy is actually fire, because it's the element that you conquer, that you can control. So there's going to be a prosperous year for them. Okay. So and then you have the sign of the dog, which is also said to be a prosperous sign. And I think the rat, the monkey, we talk about the monkey because they are one of the more harmonious signs.
Yes.
But there are also signs, I mean, I wouldn't go into, we have a lot of shopping mall signs that says a lot of doom and gloom.
Yes.
And I feel so sorry for some of the signs. I don't actually go into them because I feel that, because your birth chart is not just about your zodiac sign, your main zodiac. You have different animals within the day. But for the clashing signs, it's important that they mitigate the clash. So one of the ways to do it is actually to carry a sign of the monkey, an icon of the monkey.
Okay.
That should help to mitigate. Or they can carry a PCU, which is a Chinese unicorn.
Yes. And
that will mitigate the clash. And for the people who are who believe who are more open to in their belief system, they can go to the temple and make an offering to the Tai Sui. Tai Sui is actually the Grand Duke. The Grand Duke is the zodiac.
Okay.
So you're making your peace offering to say, here's my peace offering. Please do not beat me up.
Yeah.
So
give me all the good luck I can get this year.
Now the other thing that people need to take care of also is their house feng shui. There are 3 very dangerous stars that they need to look that we need to mitigate, and one of them is the 5 yellow star, which will be in the northeast. So it's the northwest corner of your house. If it is at the main door or your bedroom, is more dangerous because that's supposed to be that star is known to bring illness and misfortune. So you need to at page 33, I believe it is page 33. I have recommended putting a metal cure in the northeast.
Yes.
To dissipate or mitigate the energy, because the sign of the star of the 5 yellow belong to the earth energy, and the metal cure, the metal element will exhaust its energy. It may not completely dissolve the energy, but it will reduce it significantly. Yeah. And then don't forget that there is also the star 2, which is the star of illness, and it's going to be in the center grid, so the center of the home. So if we are just basing on this space, then we are right in the center.
Oh, okay.
So then that needs to be mitigated, put a cure. Also, I recommend a metal cure, simply because it's an earth energy sign star. And so you exhaust the energy to improve the energy of the space, or rather eradicate the negativity. And then you have the 2, 5, the 7. The star 7 is in the north, and that's not too bad. But if the star 7 in the north is a metal star that has that is in the north, which is water energy. They do have to, if it is your main door, you do have to take care of it, because it is a star of robbery. So you need to look at the security of the house.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to put a simple cure, you can just put a blue doormat.
Oh, okay. Blue
Yeah,
doormat
carpet.
is quite a simple solution.
Yeah. So, and of course, in the northwest, you have the conflict star, and that is an aggressive star. I can bring, and the northwest is where is the patriarch location. It's also where you receive blessings. So it is good not to have a conflict star, not conflict energy there. So I would put a red ornament there, or even a metal ornament will help, because that will promote the energy of the space, and that will improve the feng shui of your space. But most importantly, the main door. If your main door is one of these afflicted positions, then you need to take care of it.
Where can they, so we mentioned a few things in the cures, right? Where can people kind of go about purchasing these type of items?
Well, you can buy them online.
Simple.
You can buy them online. Buy my book online. Buy the
Yeah,
kiosk
buy it
online.
together.
Some of them are actually available on my website. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's good. Then they should check
you
it
can buy
out.
them online. I mean, it's very common now. You can get them anywhere. Well, not anywhere. In a feng shui shop, in an ornament shop, so forth.
What are some, I would say, because for example myself, I am working now, I wanted to know what are some things I can do to actually boost, say maybe my levels of prosperity, success in my house, just simple things that that customers can kind of think
Well,
of.
the other side that is actually, as I was writing the book and working things out, working the energies out, the dragon's going to have a fantastic year.
I hope so.
So naturally, you have you have the support of the energy. So this is, once you have the support of the energy of the year, this is like 50% of the battle.
Oh, okay. 50%, half the battle won.
Yes. So then the rest is up to you just have to put in your effort and
Okay.
with confidence, set your intentions. Yeah. And okay, what can you do? Now, where is the dragon position? Is in the southeast.
Okay.
So the southeast is where you can this wood energy. So you can put water and wood, like some water bamboo. Then it will actually promote the energy of the space. But it is also a location where it's of nobility for this year, or this cycle, the period 9. So you can actually enhance the energy, and if you're looking for promotion, that's a very good spot to enhance the southeast.
I'm gonna be taking a note on where the southeast corner of my room is.
Yes, or the living room, or the space. It's not specifically a corner, it can be like a sector. So you divide the space into 9 grid.
Similar to your 9 grid in the
Yeah, then you can place the, like my southeast is over there, I can just place, it's not a line but a segment.
I understand.
Yeah.
Most people might be using your feng shui tips in their bedroom. So is there some things that they should look out for? Maybe your bed placement in relation to the doors or the windows, things like that?
Well, that's a little bit more complicated, right? Because unless in most of the prefab houses, you can't even move the bed.
Singapore houses are getting getting a little small.
Yeah, so traditionally you do not place your the feet of the head and the foot of the foot of the bed should not be directly facing the bedroom door. So you ideally should not be in that position. I rather they sleep with their head aligned to the wall of the bedroom door than the feet pointing to the door.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm talking about directly facing the entrance, not if it is off to one side.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So the small differences actually make a lot of a difference in the placement of the bed.
Of course, you have to check if the bedroom door has the 5 yellow star, then you still need to put a cure on that. Yeah. Or if the head of your bed is in that 5 yellow position, then maybe it's good to shift it away. Or sleep in a different bedroom. It's possible.
Yeah.
Go on a permanent holiday.
You have the luxury of multiple homes. Maybe you can find one that fits.
Yeah. One for the spring, one for the summer.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Master Clarice, for sharing everything today. I think we learned a lot of good tips and tricks into coming into the new year. And a lot of things that I didn't know as well, like the feng shui of the rooms, the cures that you're supposed to be using, as well as my first tarot reading experience. I got to be a part of that, which is always very fun. Yeah. But thanks so much. Good to catch you in a short amount of time. Master Clarice is very busy as well. So.
Yes. I mean, I'm so glad that we are able to get together to do this together, because I love talking about feng shui, talking about astrology of the year, and talking about what we can do during Chinese New Year to improve our luck. Luck is very important for us, right? So yes, if you're interested to know more, you can find out more about me on my website, masterclaricechan.com. You can get the book online, you can get some of the cures online, you can connect with me on my social media. And maybe very simple for everyone, you just Google Master Clarice Chan and you will find me. On whether it's on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook, I'm there. Like TikTok, I'm there. Okay. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. If anyone wants to check out other videos as well, they can also do that on her YouTube channel.
Yes, on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. And well, here at this point, I would like to wish everybody a very happy New Year. Well, Merry Christmas to start with. Happy New Year. And then 恭喜发财 for the year 2025. May you have good health, loads of blessings, and absolute abundance. And always be happy and be grateful.
Most important, that's most important. Definitely, I think us viewers will be looking forward to more content from Master Clarice as the year goes by. And yeah, check out her website for anything else, be updated on her social media. And I think we can kind of wrap it up for today.
Yes, we can.